Welcome, everybody. Justin,
Javon.
And Brian Nemeth with Over and Buried Podcast.
Over and Buried Podcast, part-time jobbers. We are live. The mega powers are coming together. Give me a handshake, brother.
Pleasure
Yeah.
to meet you guys virtually. I know it's a early night for you guys. West Coast there, right?
All right, 5 o'clock, sun's still up.
Yeah.
Kids outside barking. It's all good.
The dogs are playing and the kids are barking over here.
Everything's good. How's everything with you, brother?
Doing pretty good. Just been a really busy last couple of weeks. So Friday the 13th, nonetheless, my dog got a little leg injury. So he had that. I had, a wedding to attend this past weekend, and I'm in the process of moving. So, had a little bit of some wrestling to catch up on, but, we're back in the saddle, and
Right back on top.
definitely excited for this. But, I appreciate you guys, helping set this up, and, it's
Hey,
always
man,
good
we
to
appreciate
meet,
you. This is good for both of us.
Yeah.
It's good for everybody. It's good for the IWC. It's good for the internet wrestling community,
Exactly.
Like I say to everybody, it's about collaboration, man. Like this is when you engage with people who love what you love and you can geek out and nerd out. We're just having a good time, man.
Exactly. I went to WrestleMania 40 in Philly last year, and just some of the people that I follow. I saw them at WrestleCon or in the parking lot and got a photo with them. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to happen in the future again. Hopefully maybe somebody recognizes me, or even seeing you guys getting out to an event at some point in time. I think that would be awesome, and just continue.
We're gonna cross paths. We're gonna cross paths. Trust me, I know.
For sure.
We're gonna cross paths. All right. So lead us, man. What do we got this weekend?
We have a Night of Champions.
Night of Champions. This is actually Night of Champions is one of my favorite pay-per-views that they cut. Remember, Night of Champions was a very old pay-per-view from 10 years ago. They stopped having it, and then they brought it back I think 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But Night of Champions, Mark Henry won the world title from Randy Orton at a Night of Champions, and I was like, this is great. I love, because it was really the Night of Champions. It was what WrestleMania should be. Every belt on the line, and they had everything. The U.S. title, both the U.S. title, Intercontinental title. It was great. I love Night of Champions. I love Night of Champions.
I'd rather go back to that format. Everybody got to defend their title.
Every title has to be defended. I think that's a little heavy. It has to be. But I believe it was in September. I think it was in September back in the old days. That gives you enough time past WrestleMania to not let people who just got a title lose a title, like Money in the Bank. Like Money in the Bank being 4 weeks after WrestleMania is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Even Backlash, it was right after, but that's because WrestleMania was so deep into April this year that storylines had to speed up a little bit. And I think after this pay-per-view or PLE, I think they could kind of let things cook a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know they've had
I hope so.
a little bit of some backlash of WWE is losing a little bit of momentum. But there's always that lull period. But I think we'll pick back up a little bit. People are even speculating, Triple H is going to lose his job. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
We
want
H. We want H. Exactly. They think it's bad if R-Truth lost his job and they went crazy. Imagine if Triple H loses his job. They'll quit. They'll boycott wrestling.
I'm so close to boycotting right now.
Everybody will feel it if Triple H loses his job. So, they'll be dumb for that. But I think you're right about a lull in the shows, because now we're going into July. Okay, this is the last pay-per-view of June. July is a Saturday night's main event, Evolution, and the NXT one, Great American Bash. There's not a big pay-per-view in July.
Yep.
And then SummerSlam on the first weekend of August. So July, you get a little bit of a breather, So I'm going to be watching All In. I'm not watching Saturday Night's main event.
Yeah,
I have two screens up.
I'm not having to. I don't want them to have a rating.
You won't give him the rating?
No, not for Goldberg.
I love Bill Goldberg.
Not at the expense of Jay.
Not at the expense of Jay. Not at the expense of Gunther. But I do like Goldberg, but I hate this decision. I hate this
This
choice.
is terrible.
It was a bad decision, man. It was terrible.
I'm
Right.
glad it's not a World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions. That would have been 10
That would
times
have been bad.
worse.
That would have been bad. That would have been bad. Yeah.
That's I think what originally, maybe this was years ago, they were anticipating Goldberg to have a retirement match in Israel. I think he wanted, and they were
Ooh.
throwing out Saudi Arabia, but obviously with everything going on
Mhm.
in the Middle East and things like that, obviously that's not panning out. But I mean, Atlanta's a good second option, I think, for Goldberg to
His
retire.
hometown, WCW town, his hometown. So that's fine.
Mhm.
He'll have the home field advantage there. Atlanta's big for WCW. That's Dusty country.
Right,
Ain't that
for sure.
AJ's country?
AJ is from Atlanta. He should be
So is
on the map
Braun Breaker, I think, right?
from Atlanta. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be a good show, I think, but
It won't be a good match.
a good match.
The way he was sweating walking to that ramp, the way he was walking, I think he dislocated a hip or something.
I was hoping he wouldn't do the karate kick.
He
I was like,
dropped
do the kick.
That's what I was hoping. I was like, you're gonna get injured, my guy.
You're gonna get doing the kick,
I want him to fall into the pyro next time.
like Jeff Hardy.
That's the only way it will redeem them taking that title off Jey Uso. All right, we're rambling.
We do want him to have the retirement match, Corey. We do want him to have the retirement match, but just not at Jay's expense. Not with these parameters. He can have the retirement match.
Is he talking Goldberg New World Champion?
That's not my tribal chief.
No, Goldberg can't win. Not
He can't win.
Gunther
right,
is not a transitional
No.
title guy. He's not.
They're killing
He's been
boy
champion
Gunther.
80%.
They're killing my boy
Champion,
Gunther for this.
yeah.
He's a
It's
trooper,
not gonna
man.
happen.
Goldberg think he is now what Bret Hart was in his prime. He gonna spit on somebody if he loses his match.
But Britt would have never done this. He never did anything like this. Call his shot and pull his card. Britt never did that, bro.
Kinda.
He didn't. He just did it like Sean.
He was trying to walk out with the title.
That's true.
I heard.
He wouldn't drop the title.
No. He would drop it. He said, "I'm gonna drop it the next night." But
he didn't want
Vince
to.
Yeah.
didn't trust him. But Vince didn't trust him. He said, "I don't want to drop it to Sean. Not in
He
Montreal.
dropped it, yeah.
Not in
Sean,
Montreal.
though. Yeah.
To Sean. Nah. Not after Sean was putting the flag in his nose and."
I ain't trust him either.
I think I heard Goldberg and Brett are best friends now. I think.
I hope so. I hope so. Again, Britt would never. Okay, all right. We're rambling.
All right.
We're a few minutes in. Night of Champions. That's why we're here. Let's talk about let's talk about the card. We got I think the card is nice. It's a jam-packed card. How do you want to start? Sammy?
Yeah, let's start with the non-title match.
At Night of Champions?
Yeah. Champions of something. So Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn.
I got Karrion going over, man. He has to.
He has
He had-
to.
Over, right?
He finally gets a match. So
Finally.
WWE for actually booking a match.
Shout out to Karrion Kross.
Yeah, shout out to Cross. He's been he's been liking a few of my stuff. He reposted me, so shout out.
Shout
Cross.
out to Karrion Kross.
I think everything Cross has done. He hasn't had much ring time in his main roster run.
Terrible.
But I think everything he's done, he's been more behind the scenes. He's been a little bit, manipulative of a lot of the stories. When he came back, he put the hourglass in the ring, and Roman Reigns was there. So it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time that Roman was gonna lose his title.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Didn't he have like a feud with Xavier Woods, and then now the New Day are healed? You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's
been kind of behind the scenes, kind of pulling strings.
Pulling the
like
strings.
that.
That's
the shirt.
Knock him down. His shirt.
Yeah, that's the shirt.
So,
I like that.
That was a slow build, but I feel like that's how he picked up the momentum.
I think so.
Like all those backstage segments, all these manipulation things that he's been doing with other wrestlers. That's what's been putting him up.
Yeah,
and it's a good person to fight because the way they build Sammy, they feel like they let Sammy.
He can murder.
Like
Sammy.
he like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And he just fight everybody, every title, and he be so over. I still don't understand.
I think he can kill Sammy, and it won't hurt Sammy at all. He can just murder.
Sammy gonna give him a match, but
Sammy give him a good match, but he can just finish him off,
and wake everybody, open everybody's eyes.
Yeah, no interference, clean, nothing.
It's gonna be clean,
nothing sneaky. And Sammy will cry about it on Monday, and maybe start leaning towards the dark side. Let Karen put that little influence in him.
Speaking of that,
Sammy is never going to heal, man.
Again, never again.
Never. There's nothing for him over there, man.
Yeah, on the hillside.
Nothing on the hillside for Sammy right now.
Not right now. Now.
That Raw after, I think it was Raw after Mania, where he came into the ring. I'm like, you're gonna turn heel on Jay, aren't you?
We were there.
We were there,
bro.
You're gonna turn heel, aren't you? And I'm like,
now. Right now, do it right now. And Jay was on the rope, and Sammy stopped and looked at him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's too obvious.
Yeah. But yeah, I just don't see Cross, losing. I thought he should have been. I'm glad they got Joe Hendry, for that pop for WrestleMania. But I thought Cross would replace.
Oh,
was that KO for WrestleMania?
I think it was supposed to be KO. I think it was supposed to be Randy KO, and then we were all thinking Randy Pierce. No, not Pierce, but Randy Magnus.
Yeah.
Aldis, Magnus. Randy Magnus. Which would have been cool.
And then
Joe Hendry.
Miro too. We teased that.
Miro, we thought Rusev too. So okay.
But I wanted Solo Sikoa,
which would have been good too. I think that would have been a good match too.
Yeah.
But the Joe Hendry thing was that night too? With Joe Hendry?
It was night two.
I'm thinking about a pop because you got Stone Cold night two to do the count thing. So that was pop, and the Joe Hendry thing was a pop. So I'm thinking it could have been Solo if they still did Stone Cold anyway, So they just needed that one thing. I think it's starting to be like that. I think WrestleMania is going to have the one match. It was Cena Taker in New Orleans whenever Cena didn't know if Undertaker was going to fight, and he did. So they have
They need an entertainment match.
A little quick thing, I
don't mind throwing it. I would rather see that than a bunch of other matches at Mania.
I'd rather seen that than New Day and War Raiders at Mania.
What they had the War Raiders wear, that was crazy.
It was WrestleMania attire, man.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Karrion going over Sammy. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Karrion going over Sammy. Unanimous. I'm glad it's three of us too, so there could be majority. Majority's gonna win.
Then we got the other non-title match, the Rhea Raquel street fight.
This is interesting to me.
Yeah, that's a fairly new match. I think that was
we were talking about it earlier.
They just made that match Monday, and I didn't think it'd be for Night of Champions. I thought she said, "Give me Raquel next week." Yeah. No, they said Saturday.
Yeah,
they said Saturday.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting.
It's overdue.
Mm-hmm.
This should happen when Raquel first got back from injury, and somehow they shifted away from it and focus on Liv versus Rhea.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a good thing. It turned Raquel back into a beast, back into a powerhouse.
Yeah. She has to be reestablished.
She don't do that little back muscle shit no more at the top of the ramp. It was corny. Her music was corny.
She's got to be bad, dude. She's got to be bad, and I like that for her.
Yep, I agree. I think when if you remember, Rhea got called up, Bianca got called up. Raquel was almost there to be that next one, to be that upper echelon and get that push.
Yeah.
Obviously Bianca and Rhea got, but obviously that didn't happen. I think she got injured or something.
She got injured. They changed her character and her last name. She's Raquel Gonzalez.
Yep.
In NXT, she was Raquel Gonzalez. But they like the alliteration, the RR. Peter Parker.
Yep.
Clark Kent. Yeah. They like that. So and they made her face because she was NXT champion.
She was.
Her.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Dakota Kai were doing the Shawn Michaels and Diesel thing. So, it's long overdue for her. I'm glad at least she's been a 4-time tag team champion. At least she has that. But they not given her what she could have had as a powerhouse.
Exactly.
And just be a beast, Just be a beast and beat
They
these girls
just
up.
missed the boat.
They missed
Yep.
the boat. Yeah, she's not going to be the champion, but she can be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be just fine if they keep doing what they're doing here. But
they have mid card titles now. They do have mid card titles.
They do. They don't showcase them at all.
Champion, though. Yeah, this mid card is stuck on Lyra Becky Bailey.
No, this world title is stuck on Io Sky and need to come up. You realize she's still the champion?
Yeah. How many defenses?
I like Io.
I like Io too.
As a champion right now?
I think if you could look past her promo skills, but her English is obviously approved. If you could look past that, Io is like a legitimate champion in my opinion.
She's over. I like Io. She still gets the pop. She can go. She can really go in the ring. And it's good. It's not Rhea. It's not Liv. It's not Bianca. It's somebody else, which I think shows growth for the division. Yep. That it's somebody else. It's not Charlotte, Bailey, or Becky.
Yep.
It's somebody else. So she can hold it until the end of the year, I think.
Oh, and they took Jays from him after.
We'll get there.
Fortnite.
We'll get there. But anyway, for the winner of the match, as much as I love Raquel, I still think in Saudi Arabia they'll just let Rhea win. They'll just let her win. It's a street fight, so I mean, you think Roxanne gets involved and helps?
Roxanne could get involved because
help Raquel
to help push this tag team between them two now.
Oh yeah, like she could be in trouble. Like Raquel could be teetering, about to lose. Roxanne comes. I mean, it's a street fight. There's no qualifications.
I see them getting closer.
She hugged her. She hugged her on Monday. Yep. But I think that's one of those things we were talking about where they shifted because Liv is hurt. Yep. They shifted that, because she was gonna be like, no to Roxy for a while, but now Liv is out, so
they have to work together.
They have to work together.
They keep those titles.
They got to keep the title, right?
I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to say Raquel wins. I think because it's a street fight, because there's a stipulation, Roxanne's going to interfere. They're going to continue the momentum. They're going to have to work together as a tag team. We've seen an injury or, a kayfabe injury that Jade sustained that, that Naomi filled that void.
Naomi filled in.
So, it's WWE, the rules could be bent a little bit,
yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Who's actually champion. So I think Roxanne's going to interfere, help Raquel win this match because of the stipulation. And then I'm going to have two bold predictions for what is to come with Judgment Day as a tag team, the two of those women. The first one being that originally it was going to be, in my opinion, I thought it was going to be Liv and Raquel versus the Bella Twins at Evolution.
Right.
They were going to lose. The Bellas were going to lose that.
Oh, okay, good.
But then, because so this is my bold prediction. Rhea is going to formulate a team with Stephanie Vicaire. Rhea, if you look back, there was I think it was maybe the night that Stephanie debuted on Raw. You saw the backstage segment, Rhea shook her hand. That was the Undertaker, John Cena handshake back in the early 2000s. So, Taker giving him the rub. So that was the same thing. So I think the two of them are going to team up and beat Raquel and Roxanne at SummerSlam then.
That'd be dope. I like that because that keeps Stephanie off the main title.
Exactly. Both of them, keep them both away.
Keep them off the main title. I like
That's
that.
That's my prediction. I got Raquel.
Stephanie did give Rhea that devil's kiss on that ladder at Money in the Bank. Yeah. She gave it to her though.
I think Rhea let her do it as I would. I don't know. I think
right?
The what?
Cue the Booker T.
Oh yeah, man.
I think they might have shifted
To what?
and I think they might give it to Raquel as well. I don't think Rhea's gonna take this one. Rhea could lose right now anyway.
Yeah.
She's
Yep.
still
She's still
the best.
top woman on the
Yep.
roster. Top
Yeah.
woman. Okay. I've shifted to. All right, Raquel. They got to. It makes more sense. It makes more sense.
I
Right?
convinced you, right?
Yeah, you convinced.
Yeah.
This is a good push.
It's a good push because Rhea can take the loss, and she'll just be mad. I can see Rhea just like when they buried her under the ladders and she popped out like the Kool-Aid Man, like I can kind of see them like maybe burying her with chairs and pinning her or something, or burying her under a
I can
table
see
and
that.
pinning her, something
I
like
can see
that.
that.
All right. Another we do.
King of the Ring.
You have Solo and Jacob, no title. Hey, U.S. title? U.S. title match?
Title,
Okay,
yeah.
so you want to go King of the Ring?
Yeah, the Queen of the Ring.
Jade and Asuka. Ooh, I got Jade. Asuka's back, and I got Jade.
Asuka's there for show, man. They made her super strong so they could build Jade and lose. So
Asuka is the Empress of Tomorrow and the Queen of the Ring.
they already pushing Kairi Sane. They already gave Io the title. Now if they keep pushing Asuka, they just pushing Damage Control again.
Damage Control
they pushed Dakota out the door.
Yeah, they pushed Dakota out and then bumped everybody else up. And Kyrie been in the ring for 2 major injuries.
Mhm.
Good night.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. She beat Naomi at WrestleMania. Jade Cargill.
I think Jade has to get it.
Yeah.
She was off TV all that time with the kayfabe injury. Bianca's not here. Bianca's not here. She has to stand on her own, right?
Yep.
She has to stand on. I say Jade.
Yeah.
I think Asuka could take the loss too.
Yeah. So before the bracket ever came out, I'm like, this has Jade written all over it because they have to push Jade. She's a spectacle. She's like like
Goldberg.
an Andre the
Goldberg.
Giant of the women's division.
Yeah.
So a China of the women's division now.
Yeah.
She has the look. It was only a matter of time that they're going to push Jade. My only concern
What up?
is because she doesn't have as many reps in the ring,
right?
That Asuka could outwork her.
I think that's.
You think that could be why they put them in the match together?
I think Asuka
let Asuka lead the dance. Let Asuka lead the dance. Put her in there with a veteran, right? Put Jade in there with a veteran.
But
like they had Bianca helping her out that whole time.
The whole time. They really masked Jade's little her deficiencies with that.
Yeah.
Because Jade, she was super over in AEW, but she was just squashing girls. She was Goldberg. She was
Goldberg.
She came over to WWE and it was a little bit exposed. Same thing's happening with Jordan Grace. It's a little bit exposed.
Exactly.
The lights are a little bit brighter. Every time you trip and fall, it's more magnified. So
yeah.
Jade can.
I think despite that, even though Asuka, is the better wrestler, I'm going to pick Jade because they're going to push her.
They have to.
They have to. This has, her and Naomi written all over it at some point.
It does. And it really does because Queen of the Ring is that title shot. If Jade can win it, Naomi got that briefcase. I can see them doing the quick turnover for Jade just to keep her and Naomi going.
Yep.
I can see that.
Take Io's title.
Nah, she's gonna take
Tiffany's.
Do they get to pick?
Yeah,
they get to pick their champion, huh?
Wait, don't say
Gunther. When Gunther won it, he went after Seth. No, he went after Damian Priest. It was Damian Priest was the world champion when Gunther won it.
Yeah, they get to pick.
Why did he go after Cody?
Does he want to go win that one?
Was it because Gunther was on Raw? Is it the respective shows champions, or is it like Money in the Bank? You get to pick your champion. That I don't know.
What is who's on the same show?
Jade's on SmackDown. That's Tiffany.
Oh.
See, I don't know how that. When Nia won it, she went after Bayley, and I think that was SmackDown as well. That was SmackDown.
Yep. Because that's the
So I
last
don't.
time
So
Bailey
maybe
held
it's
a
respective. Maybe
championship.
it's a respective champion. You know who? I don't know, but they could swerve us. Like you said, they can do whatever they want to
They
do.
ain't got
Right?
no rules
Exactly.
nowadays.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want to do. And especially since it's not like Money in the Bank because it's a set time. Like you're getting your match at SummerSlam. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess maybe they could pick their champion and say SummerSlam you, SummerSlam you. You know, maybe who knows? But still, Naomi got that briefcase. So whoever Jay choose, Naomi's gonna take the title from her.
Exactly. Yeah. And good for
And
Naomi.
I
I think
think
this is the best, character work she's done in a while. Her character has been stale. It's been the
incredible,
same since, 2017 or whatever.
right?
So,
Just glowing,
yeah.
incredible character work.
Yep.
Like on the internet, on
Oh,
Twitter,
yeah. Twitter, yeah.
just she is X-rated on Twitter. Like this cannot get on TV. She's insane on Twitter.
Be like, get off me, Big Jim, get on me.
she was flirting with Montez on Twitter, jumping in Montez DMs. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. So Jay,
Look at
Work, man. Jay,
Drew
no
McIntyre
contest.
last year
Drew
with social media.
McIntyre got over.
Look at Karrion Kross with social media this year. Look at Naomi.
Yeah, we got to do it. That's how you got. You got to stay relevant. Stay above the
Exactly.
curve.
Yeah.
All right, so Jay. So far we've all gone 3 for 3.
Are we on
We're in this
consensus?
together, boys.
Just Jade? Yeah.
We're in this together, boys. We're 3 for 3.
But Randy versus Cody.
Randy heel turn.
Ah.
Can you see Randy shaking? Can you see Randy shaking Cody's hand after Cody beats him?
No. Can you see?
I think
Cody's not turning out.
I can see Cody shaking Randy's hand after Randy beats him.
But depending on how Randy beats him.
I think Randy taking this.
I think ref bump, maybe an eye poke from Randy.
Because Randy wanted John Cena so bad.
He wanted bad.
He wanted bad, boy.
He wants some bad.
I didn't know Randy was on the brink of breaking records too. He needs another.
This will be his 15th.
Yeah.
This will be his 15th.
I think he'll break Undertaker's record or something like that, they said.
No, Undertaker doesn't have that many titles.
He's breaking.
I think Taker's got like 10, right?
World title for Undertaker? No,
Yeah.
not Undertaker. Undertaker's had like 5,
7?
maybe 7, but not 10.
Who's he coming up on at 15?
He's coming up on Rick again. Rick is 16. 16 recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Rick has like 30 titles, but like 16 recognized. Triple H. It's Triple H Randy's coming up on. Triple H has like 14, I think.
He's
So
tied,
I think
with Triple H.
He said
Triple
it's
H, I
higher.
think, is 14.
So it's 14.
I think so.
Yeah. So he'll beat Triple H.
He'll break Triple H.
Yeah.
And I think they give it to him like they did John Cena.
But you think he'll beat John Cena and take that title off of him? John's not losing that title to the end of the year when he leaves.
I don't think John is walking away with the title.
No, he'll lose it before he walks away.
And I think what's the last major show at the end of the year?
Survivor Series, but we don't know the next one yet. Another Saturday night main event, more than likely. And they might throw in a December show.
You don't see John losing it like at SummerSlam or something?
No.
What's the point?
It's too soon. It's
too soon. What's the point of the rest of the tour then?
Yeah. What if they let that nigga take
18? What, the other belt? 18. And this shirt be good for nothing.
What belt is on it?
It's 17.
Yeah, that is true.
They don't care. It's all good for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Cody needs a heel turn eventually, but I think it's too soon to turn him. Maybe
we need a Naomi title run. You're right.
Maybe Randy doesn't turn either. I would have
a good match, and Randy puts Cody down in a good match. Just 1, 2, 3, a roll up.
Who hate Randy right now?
There's no KO to beef with Randy, but Randy's not beefing with anybody. He's done with Solo.
Yeah, he's kind of
John hates Cody, right?
Even when Randy won his qualifier, it was LA Knight getting interfered on when Randy won the qualifier match. Mm-hmm. So it didn't matter. Randy doesn't have any beef right now, I don't think.
Could Cody got heat? Will somebody cause Cody to lose?
Not the bloodline. It's only John he's beefing with. He's beefing with John and Logan unless Logan shows up again. But even
he allowed in
that's
Saudi?
happening.
He fought at Crown Jewel a few years ago.
Oh, good.
So he should be
I know
allowed.
he can't go to Japan.
He can't go to Japan. Let's see. I think this might be the most interesting match on Cena Punk, but I think this might be an interesting match.
When do you think Cena will turn face again? Right before he walks out?
Yeah, right before he leaves.
Him and Ron Killings will hug it out.
If R-Truth can turn, if schizophrenic Ron Killings can turn John Cena back face, that'd be the greatest storyline ever. That'd be like that.
Childhood hero.
Yeah, closing the book. Closing the book. That'd be great. I'm gonna cry. But that'd be great.
I mean,
but
if
we got Randy.
I got Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
It's like Cody should win, but I'm gonna go.
I don't think Cody should win. I think he would win.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Randy. They might do.
I want Randy to win.
Yeah,
I don't know if he will.
I think I want Randy to win, but I think
because he was so close
WWE's
last
booking.
year. He was so close last year.
That's how Cody get his title back from John is by winning, huh?
Cody can
before the end of the year.
I think Cody can enter the Royal Rumble.
That's next year.
Yeah, but I think I don't think he's getting it back this year.
Well, I think he's going to take John.
Oh, he takes it from John.
He has to.
Then he can't.
Nobody else can take it from John.
Then he can't do it at SummerSlam. It's too soon.
John ain't losing that title.
Well, wait a minute. What if Seth holds the briefcase and he cashes it? What if Cody somehow gets a Cena match at the end of the year and Seth Rollins cashes in? He holds that briefcase. Because
that's beautiful.
If you look, what was it 2 weeks ago? It was that Seth confronted Cena and Punk.
Mm-hmm.
That told me, I'm like, WWE's doing that on purpose. That Seth is going for the WWE title.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think he's going for his show's title?
Nope.
You don't want that no more? It's not bad. But you know what, too? They're due for a belt swap.
Mm-hmm.
From one show to the other. They're due. They wasn't doing it with Roman, and they wasn't doing it with Cody. And they're not doing it right now because John's got it. So they're due for a belt to bring that belt to Raw and the world title to SmackDown. They're due.
Yep. But I think to address the question in this chat, when you think Cena's turning face again, I mean, if you've really looked at his facials over the last couple of months, he's had those slight,
cracks,
moments of like he's like, oh, did I actually do the right thing? And
moments
I think we're gonna get that slow burn.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think Seth is gonna cash in eventually, and that is ultimately gonna turn Cena face eventually.
Maybe,
I think
maybe so. Because he has to go face before he's on his way out. He has to.
Mm-hmm.
But so Cody.
I got Cody. Cody's,
myself out of Randy.
Didn't Cody win that big old belt last year in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. No, he didn't win it because they kept it.
Well, yeah, he rented it. He wore that big old giant belt last year.
That's the only belt I would buy right now. It would be worth buying.
I think if Cody wins King of the Ring, it'll really push the fans against him.
Against who?
Cody, because they want him to be fake. They want him to be heel. They want Cody to be heel. Everybody loves.
They've already advertised this is Cena's last match with Randy Orton. So you're gonna have him in another match with Cena when they already advertised it for Backlash.
He's right.
Like
Cody's gonna win.
They're not gonna do that. Cody's got to win. But
Cody's got to win.
I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Via some kind of shenanigans that turn Randy psycho. That turn Randy psycho. It's gonna make Randy snap. Something's gonna happen. Cody's going to win. Maybe Randy snaps and hits the ref.
Maybe.
Maybe he goes on a tirade and everybody comes out. Blah blah blah. And Cody just crossroads him, calls it a day. Something. But I think it'll push Randy to the dark side. So fine. I got Cody.
I got Cody.
The Rock and Travis ain't coming back, buddy.
The Rock and Travis better not come back, please.
Yeah, the Rock is my favorite wrestler all time, but he's got to stay away for a little bit.
Now, yes,
We don't want it.
We done with Rock. All right. Solo Jacob, U.S. title. Take that belt off Jacob. Put it on Solo. Put it on Solo.
I think so.
Put it on Solo. Bring all that heat to why have all these new members of the team, Tama, Tonga, Tung, Solo and 5. Lord. JC Mateo, all this and Jacob is gonna turn he's faced now, and he can still beat Jacob without that belt.
I feel like Jacob jumped the line a little bit, but Solo been running his version of the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob been following him and then all of a sudden he turned. Right. Solo deserved a singles title a long time ago, but now Solo just been putting on the show, man.
Solo's entertaining.
He's so entertaining.
He is
entertaining.
I
he really
is.
But
I enjoy the
he's the leader
humor
of a crew. I think he should win. I think he should take Jacob's title, and I think he should hold that thing.
I think he should too. I have really loved Solo's character work, character transition from the silent bodyguard for the bloodline to Suge Knight. I love this. I love this Solo. Like, it's amazing. And he's funny.
Super funny.
He's super funny. So I think Solo, he can still be dangerous when he needs to be. He
copied off a pizza.
At the Money in the Bank, Solo's hilarious, dude. So I think he can have this. He can have this title. If Jacob wins, Solo's still gonna get it from him at the next show. If Jacob wins, or maybe Big Jim interfere and accidentally cost Jacob.
Why is Big Jim interfering?
I don't know.
I think they got Jay and Jim are done with the bloodline, everything.
Jim came out to help Jacob.
He did
in the scrap last week. So
they're not gonna not follow up on that.
Yeah, they have to. They got bloodline ties.
Unless even if it's true that they're pushing him and Jay back together as a tag team.
I hope they don't do that too soon.
I think they will do that eventually.
Yeah, but not too soon.
Not too soon. Yeah,
well, the tag team division do need help. That shit on Raw.
Especially on Raw.
Definitely on Raw. That tag team division.
Raw.
Because Judgment Day going for another tag team title match, I think, next week.
Man.
So that's New Day's fault. Thank nobody for the New Day. Thank Big E.
Yeah. I think I'm going to have to go Jacob on this one.
I got Jacob.
So Jacob took the spot originally that was designed for Solo Sikoa. But originally, I don't think he didn't fill those shoes. But now that he's this humorous character, he is starting to develop into, I think, what they originally planned for Solo.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're giving him more of more TV time and that he's not silent, like you said.
Yeah.
I just think they're going to push Jacob.
Regardless,
he
belt or no belt.
He could drop it at SummerSlam maybe, because I have Jacob in the World Heavyweight Championship match at 42. But the only way Jacob loses is if Hikuleo debuts and interferes.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
I guess why not? It's like every pay-per-view, Solo's bringing somebody else through the crowd. So
exactly.
They come through the crowd, they're gonna see him. The week before,
they're gonna see him from the plane. He's gonna look like the Colossal Titan. Okay, so fine. Okay, Jacob via shenanigans. I'm sorry, Solo via shenanigans. That's what I got.
I'm gonna say Jacob. I'm gonna stand firm with
you. Gonna say Jacob?
I got Solo.
2-1.
Okay.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see when the day comes.
We'll see.
All right. Are we on our last match? Cena Punk. That's it.
That's it.
It's gonna be good. Cena winning, but it's gonna be good, boy. I just hope it's not dick kick belt shot. I hope it's not that. He did that for 3
Every
straight shows.
single
He did it
finish,
for
yeah.
that's part of it. That's his 6th move of doom.
Yes,
Dick
seriously.
kick belt shot.
I can see him winning by disqualification because Ron Killings.
Again,
I feel like this nigga about to torment John Cena for the rest of the
millennia for the rest of the year.
I can actually see him causing John Cena to lose the belt to CM Punk, like in
the future. Not here in Saudi Arabia. John Cena ain't dropping that belt in Saudi Arabia.
He's not. No.
Not CM Punk, who didn't want to go to Saudi Arabia. They still hold. Vince is gone, but they still hold little grudges on on people. Like, all right, a little bit. They still got a little Vince in them.
But I can see interference in Punk not losing cleanly, or
I can see a ref bump and Punk haven't seen a pin for 3 and nobody's counting. I can see
that's
that.
probably going to happen.
So he can say, "I had you beat, John.
Exactly.
I had you beat."
I could see that, but it's funny though that the roles are reversed.
It's
what was that 2014 that
poetic.
Punk was the guy who's trying to destroy the establishment on his way out, and now it's Cena looking to ruin wrestling. His way out.
It's poetic.
But I think to your point, I think there's got to be some sort of ref bump. Cena gets pinned 1, 2, 3 by Punk, and there's no ref.
Nobody counting.
I think I hope we don't get the low blow title belt shot.
To
your point,
Please.
I personally think what's going to happen is Seth is going to come in and attempt to cash in, but it never becomes official. So it's one of those. So it's like it's an attempted cash in, but it's never an official. Like they don't ring the bell for Seth, and
because the ref is standing there like, "What do you want to do with this briefcase for 5 minutes?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
You want to cash in with this? Is this the cash in?"
They're slapping it.
Yeah. Okay. Then something happened.
LA Knight.
I think just
in the last video, LA Knight will thwart Seth's cash in attempts.
That's good. That's that's not a bad. I like that.
His theory is LA Knight is going to take
the briefcase.
The briefcase from Seth in the match.
That was going to be one of my questions for you guys too, if we got to it. Like,
I think so.
I could see that.
I could see LA Knight saying, I went through Braun, I went through Bronson, I want you, but I want that briefcase.
But then that buries Seth. Seth will never be top guy.
I mean, Seth's still the top guy. I think it'll make Seth psychotic more so.
True.
He's like, right now to me.
He said, what about Roman?
Oh.
We ain't seen Roman.
We have not seen Roman, but I don't think he's going to go to Saudi Arabia.
To foil a cash-in attempt?
I don't think he'll go to Saudi Arabia. I think he'll go to Atlanta, Georgia, and foil Seth's cash-in attempt on Goldberg. I think that saves the whole match.
Bad.
That's not bad, right? That saves the whole Goldberg Gunther match if Roman comes out.
Yeah,
I'm boycotting.
Roman, that's actually good because Roman comes out. That's ratings for them,
Oh.
All they want is that Nielsen rating, baby. That's all they want. They just want people not watching All In. That's all they want.
Yeah,
I'll be watching All In.
I'm watching All In. No, but okay. So if Seth is gonna try to cash in the John Cena Punk match, which would be great. That would be dope. And LA Knight thwarts it, which would be great. And Cena somehow still wins it though. They're not putting this belt on Punk. They're not taking it off of John. John's winning.
They're not taking it off of John.
John's winning.
I think Seth could, because he's so fixated on Punk. Maybe he tries to go after Punk, and then you have LA Knight kind of help out Punk, and then LA Knight takes Seth out of the equation, then Cena, does some shenanigans and then gets some sort of pin on Punk. That's what I think.
Yeah, because Seth hates Punk, man.
Yep.
I think Seth hates Punk like Roman hates Seth. Like he'll choose Punk over the greater evil, just like Roman did. Okay. Cena winning.
Yeah,
he's got it. He's got it.
And then bring our boys home. Cena, and then bring our boys home. I'm sorry.
If they can get home.
If they can get home. If this show continues, it's tumultuous, I would say. I thought it was always a bad idea, them signing this deal with Saudi anyway. It was a bad whenever the first 5 years now, I think. It's been 5 years.
Started in 2018. It's a 10-year partnership, and I think it's like $500 million or something like that. The original deal was. I think they have to have two shows in Saudi.
I will put on a wrestling match in Saudi
for $500 million.
I'll do it in Iran.
You do it right there.
Damn.
Tribute to the troops. $500 million from Saudi Arabia. You still have to fire people, and your ticket sales are going through the roof. Belts are extremely expensive. Shirts are expensive. They say
because they're still in the hole from the
purchase.
Yeah, they paid more.
They paid more
than what WWE was worth. So they're trying to catch up, and they're trying to catch up too fast.
Yeah, by putting on 7 shows.
You don't have any losses. Like you don't.
You got to show every
weekend. A new belt coming on sale every fucking week. Like
no more house shows. Everything's TV. No house shows. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
There's no house shows no more.
That is true.
Yeah, you can't. There's no WWE live events. Everything's television.
Yeah, I went to a live event 2 years ago, maybe now, near me,
and that's it.
I haven't really heard of anything else.
Everything's just TV now, and it's like every other weekend too. Every other Saturday there's something. NXT.
Yeah. They turn into the old WCW.
I think so. I don't see them slowing down.
If they start putting patches, sponsors on these on their trunks and on their ring attire, boy, I'm jumping shit, buddy.
You already watching AW
Slim Jim
right
tables.
Now. The Slim Jim table was embarrassing. The Slim Jim table. Look, in wrestling, we always have to suspend our disbelief. We have to imagine that all this going on is real. We just enjoy the show. But a Slim Jim sticker on a table is an insult to my intelligence. It really is. It's insulting.
2 big ones on.
Too big on both sides. Smack, so you can't miss it, And the table break and sound like cardboard. The table don't even sound good anymore. I guess you got to snap into the table. It'll sound. Oh my goodness. They gotta cool it with that. I don't know how long that deal is for. At least Prime's not in the middle of the ring anymore.
I didn't even know Slim Jim had that much money where they could afford to put.
I haven't bought a Slim Jim since I was 10. That's the last time I bought a Slim Jim, so. I see them, but I'll pick an adult beef jerky over a Slim Jim.
Yeah.
My goodness. I had to put a Slim Jim table. That's right.
So what do you think they're going to do with LA Knight?
What do I think? Well, that's interesting. I mean, I thought if he didn't win Money in the Bank, I was like, what are they going to do with him?
He should have won.
And then I was like, originally I was thinking, oh, well, then maybe he can win King of the Ring. Obviously, he's gonna. That was my original thought. My 2 picks originally before the bracket came out: Jade and LA Knight.
Okay.
But
our boy.
I mean, he's gonna be feuding with Seth, but
Seth did not need Money in the Bank.
Seth didn't need the Money in the Bank, but LA Knight is really Seth's a main eventer. LA Knight's beefing with the main eventer. LA Knight is in the main event thing.
Yep.
He's not after the title, but he has a main event feud.
You're right.
And I think that was probably part of the deal. You're not going to win Money in the Bank, but we're going to jump you past King of the Ring. Now you're right on Seth.
That saved him.
Yeah, you're right on Seth.
Yeah.
So this is going to lead to a title shot. Maybe it's going to lead to
accolades, though. I want title shots, but I also want to win something.
You want a long resume?
Yeah, like,
he's 40 something.
Yeah, but he's only got the U.S. title for 3 weeks total.
2 U.S. titles.
And they gave him his own
belt, and took that belt off of him. Put his own, not even his own nameplate, his own belt. So, yeah, I thought that was gonna make him have that belt for a long time, having his own skin on it. And they were like, nope. It made everybody buy
I
it.
don't see nothing coming up that he could win that'll push him into a championship, into a title match.
Except his briefcase.
Unless,
if they don't do that,
and they're not giving him Royal Rumble.
Did they give him Royal Rumble?
They wouldn't give him Royal Rumble. They too disrespectful. They're giving it to Punk.
Yeah. I can see Punk winning it. I can see Punk winning the Royal Rumble.
Punk has never won Royal Rumble. They're giving it to him.
Mm-hmm. I thought
it
would have been Punk.
I think 42. So I think, the only way to book LA Knight, keep him afloat, is to have him go for the briefcase, a stipulation match. But I think Seth is going to win the WWE title. And I think WrestleMania 42, it's him and Punk. Finally.
That'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be great. And yeah, Venom, we did say Jay was going to win Queen of the Ring, and Naomi was going to cash in whenever Jay wins the title. We did say that. But Seth and Punk at Mania, that's big money. That's money right there. That's money.
That would be sick. I might go
back to Vegas
and buy a ticket the day of.
We're going to go is right like everybody did to us.
I'm not pre-buying no ticket.
Not no more.
Did you guys go both nights?
Yeah. The culture's changed, man. You don't have to have tickets months in advance anymore like we did. We had people. No, Sergio, I'm not going. I don't know.
No.
I don't want to go back. It was a long 6 days. I don't want to go back. It's like the Hangover movie. I don't want to go back.
I'm still paying for Vegas.
Right. Oh, my gosh. But okay. So we booked through Night of Champions.
Yeah.
Let's go over. Karrion Kross over Sammy.
Yep.
Solo over Jacob. Do we all agree on that? You said
Jacob.
You said Jacob. Okay, so we're torn on that.
The only way Solo wins is by Hikuleo debuting, but
shenanigans.
They ran that back a bunch of times, so
a bunch of times.
Now's the time.
Yep. Right. We all got Raquel over Rhea in the street fight.
Yep.
It has to be a street fight for that. Cody for King of the Ring. Could they not run in? Yeah. Jade as the Queen and Cena winning.
Yeah.
That's the show.
That's what I got.
They can't book it better. They can't book it better. It's impossible. It's impossible to book it better. And unless Friday comes and they throw another match in, who knows?
Something gonna happen.
Or take a match away like they took away AJ Dom. And Dom's gonna be feeling just fine on Monday when everybody's back in the States.
I'm not a big fan of Dom's title reign thus far.
It's not been a reign. He just had it.
Yeah.
He had
but no, he had a few.
He had defense. Yeah. What? A few?
Yeah, the AAA dude, the night after, who did he fight?
Okay, so Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Octagon, yeah.
But then the night after too? No, Octagon was at Money in the Bank, yeah. Octagon Jr.
And then he defended it the week after Mania after he won it. Who did he defend?
Okay, I do remember that. I forgot who he defended against.
No, he's not
I don't think it was Penta. Was it Penta? It wasn't Penta. No, because Penta, I think, just took like his first or second loss on Monday.
I can't remember, honestly. But, yeah, he won the title. He got cheered. And now we're back to, you can't get a word out without getting booed. So.
I love that. Oh, yeah. When Dom won, it was beautiful when Dom won. Everybody was for Dom. It was beautiful when Dom won. But, yeah, but now we haven't forgot Dom. Boo!
Oh, he did. He said it was Penta that he beat.
It was Penta? Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
He is the greatest Lucha.
He's the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time and the greatest Mysterio.
Maybe him beating his dad before the title coming off of him.
He needs to beat his dad.
Yeah,
because he didn't beat his dad, so he needs to beat his dad.
So, but I like this, and I don't see nobody else that should have the Intercontinental title.
Mm-hmm. It should be him right now, I think.
I mean,
I'm glad Braun lost, so Braun could be where he is.
Yeah, I think Braun needs to be main event.
Braun needs to be main event. That belt was holding Braun back.
Yeah.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I mean, look at Gunther's reign with the IC title.
Oh yeah,
he made that
666
premiere,
days.
but
He made it.
it
Yeah,
was,
he made it mean something.
yeah. So,
Mm.
but yeah,
Loses the
Braun,
thing.
but Braun
Loses
needs to be
the
in the
thing.
main event.
Yeah, Braun needs to be in the main event. All right. You have any other questions?
I got a couple of
Yeah.
questions for the chat and for you guys
You got it.
too.
All right.
All right. So, what are your guys' thoughts on having a heel WWE champion, a heel World Heavyweight champion, and a heel Money in the Bank briefcase holder?
It's 4 heels, huh?
Just credit is more heels than
4 heels
than a shoe store.
More, more heels. I think that gives people like us opportunity to speculate on things. You know, like who's it gonna be? You know, you got 4 heels. You could look at 4 different baby faces to put up. They might not all. You won't go all baby face, but they very rarely go all heel like this. Like very rarely. You would think some face had the Money in the Bank. Or I think when Tiffany won Money in the Bank, she was heel. But
she was heel, yeah. But the fans
organically,
made her,
organically she turned face.
It's because everybody hates Charlotte.
No, she turned. No, she turned on Nia because she was Nia's little little flunky. And then because Nia started abusing her, then she turned face. That always works. You know, you start abusing your flunky, then it turns you face. But that's what Solo did to Jacob. You abuse your flunky, it turns you face. You know, but I think it gives.
But Gunther, I think I think he's in the middle. He hates heels and faces. He'll fight anybody.
But he hates the fans too, so that makes him a heel.
True. He is an old school heel, which I like, which I think they need.
Yeah.
People are still cheering Cena. So
exactly.
He's not like a super
people were
heel.
cheering Stone Cold when they turned Stone Cold heel too.
Exactly.
You know, it was something you just can't do. You know, too much hate on Charlotte. It's not enough hate on Charlotte.
I love Charlotte.
She's earning her way back now. She's doing it the way she should have did
when she came back.
Yeah,
when she came back, shooting her to the top was a mistake. Shooting Charlotte to the top was a mistake, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. That backfired bad. That was like when Batista came back.
That was the ideal match, so I see why they did it. Because everybody wants to see a Tiffany Charlotte match.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's Tiffany's dream match. They just rushed it.
Yeah, and then it turned out to have bad blood in it. You know, personal things.
Yeah,
and
Tiffany cooked her. Barbecue chicken, menudo,
pulled pork.
What?
Rib tips. Jeez.
I have another question for you guys.
Yeah.
What do you think of Seth's faction? What do you think of Seth's faction? And do you think there's going to be another member?
Why haven't they named it number 1? Or why haven't they just called it what we think they should call it, Seth Rowe?
Seth Rowe. I love the faction. I love it because it's not the Shield. You know, it's just Seth being this evil mastermind. To me, he's like the Joker kind of. Like he's smart, but he's also crazy. But he has everything. He's maniacal. He's like Lex Luthor. Okay, he's not the Joker. He's Lex Luthor. You know, so I like it. And I think there will be another member too.
I honestly wanted to be a fourth member, but I want it to be a female member.
That's cool.
That's what I want.
I'd be with that.
So,
you think you'd be down with Becky joining them?
Nah, that's too obvious.
Yeah.
Throw a wrench in it if Charlotte joins them, but
who could join them?
I think it's gonna
somebody who's face to turn and join them.
Somebody who needed, maybe Bianca since they booed her. I don't know.
Woo!
They've been booing Bianca like crazy.
Bianca joining that would be good because Bianca is like a higher pedigree. Like she's Black Charlotte.
Yeah.
You know, like high pedigree, high accolades. It's like main event mafia in TNA. You know, Bianca can be in this group.
And they need
people have been wanting her to be like NXT.
Yeah, and
NXT Bianca.
I can see her coming in with shades and her 2-piece pantsuit and like telling Braun, go get him. Telling Bronson, go get him. Like she could be like the mama, you know, like what Rhea was to Judgment Day.
That's true.
The mafia mama. That's what Bianca could be like, the mafia mama. But writing this stuff. Book us.
Could be.
Pay us,
Hire
Triple H.
us. Let's go.
Pay us, Triple H. All right, is that it?
You got. Who do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Before we
For a female member or just another male?
What do you think about the group?
What do I think about the group?
Yeah.
So, I mean, a few things. I know a lot of us compared them to Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
I think I still am finding myself doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Austin Theory could join. You saw,
That'd be
a
great.
couple backstage segments with Grayson that, they're not a tag team anymore.
No. They're broken up.
I don't think they'll call up anybody from NXT. I think it might be Theory, if anybody.
Yeah.
But a female, if it were to be a female,
that's tough.
I don't know.
It's gotta be something off the wall. That's tough.
Yeah.
Theory's good. I like the Theory one though.
Yeah, I think that.
Although I think he's older. He's young, but he's older than Ron, right? Because people were comparing Theory to Randy Orton, like in Evolution.
But they need to break him out of that tag team. Same way they need to do Montez. Montez joining would be some dope shit.
Montez could have been if they had him a single star, he probably could have been in the main event scene, in my opinion.
So
Montez could
forward, if they pushed him like 2 years ago as a singles
I think
guy,
if they put that world title on SmackDown, Montez could be world heavyweight champion on SmackDown.
Most personality, some of the best mic skills ever.
Yeah,
and he can still go in the ring
before he gets too old. Need to go ahead and pull it, rip it off, dog. Street Profits are done. Rip it off. Especially if they lose.
I would love to see a singles run for him.
Mm-hmm. Has to be. Or Dawkins, but yeah.
So last question, if it was a woman, who would join Seth Rollins?
Oh man, that is tough. Becky's too obvious, right? I mean,
Becky's too obvious. And we said Bianca. I don't know who else. And
I don't even know.
No call up. Unless they bring Dakota Kai back.
It's not bad.
Jordan Grace, that would be a call up.
Maybe Charlotte.
Yeah. First person.
I feel like it would have to be somebody newer. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what he's doing, right? Braun Breaker, Bronson. Okay. I don't know.
Because I don't
Jada Parker.
Is they gonna call her up? I feel like they
keep keeping her away from the NXT Women's title.
They are. They keep keeping her away from every title.
Every turn.
She's never won a title.
Every turn they keep doing her. They keep dogging her. Who knows? I don't know.
That's not a bad one, but I mean, the women keep NXT afloat. That's just my opinion.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that though, of a female joining them.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps it up. I think we've been on long enough.
I think that's it. Yeah, we've been on for an hour.
All right.
It's been a good one.
It's been a good one. Can't wait for Saturday. Can't wait for Friday and Saturday. Oh, and you said we have 3 Friday matches.
I think
quick.
Announced just recently. There's actually more title matches on SmackDown than there are.
That's ridiculous.
On the actual card. But there's Street Profits versus Wyatt Six, Dexter Loomis, and Joe Casey.
Okay.